I hope I've made a good case for the use of optical sensors such as Landsat 8 OLI or Sentinel-2 in land cover analysis or remote sensing in general. They're widely used and they're really important. But they do have a problem, and that's clouds. We saw that in the temporal resolution slides where, let's say for Landsat, you might have an image every 16 days, but if it's cloudy, then it becomes every 32 days or maybe every 48 days. That was a real serious limitation, and it's one of the things that's pointing us to the latter part of this module 1 on the active sensors, microwave sensors, namely Pulsar 2. And that's clouds obstruct the view for optical sensors. And I thought we'd take a look at the case for the Philippines for Nueva Ecija for 2015. We're going to be working later on with Pulsar 2 images from 2015 from the rice growing season, late May to late October. But what I've done is I've gone through the Landsat 8 OLI record and I've downloaded images for basically that same period from June, early June through late October, so that we can get an idea about exactly how serious is cloud cover in this one place in this 1 year. So let's do this first. I'll turn this off. Here's the province. Let's first look at Landsat. June 2nd, very nice image. You've got some clouds on the outside of it here, but that's really not going to affect any sort of thing we do here. And in this season, most of the fields have not yet been planted, so these fields are fallow, or at least they're not flooded yet. June 18th, clouds, can't really see anything. July 4th, a lot of clouds, can't see anything. July 20th, okay, it's better. And you'll see some big changes in the way the image looks here. These fields have been flooded. Okay, they're getting ready for transplantation of the rice and rice growing. The problem is that if you wanted to go back and look in early June to this late July image and look at the difference, right here, that's a big chunk of the province you can't see. There's other wispy clouds here. They're a little bit hard to see on the screen perhaps for you, but they're definitely sort of a low cloud cover, a very thin cloud cover that does affect the analysis. But nevertheless, it's a nice image. If we go to August 5th, okay, looks okay, but still you've got quite a bit of cloud cover. August 21st, completely covered. September 6th, September 22nd, October 8th, and then finally we conclude with a really nice image here at the end of October, October 24th. So what does this mean? Let me do this and show you the Pulsar images. So we've got May 24th, October 2nd, not much of a change there, but if you look from August 2nd to September 27th, there's a huge shift, basically between the paddy fields which are flooded to the paddy fields which have been planted and now have rice growing, which tends to have a lot of backscatter and therefore bright values in these images. And then at the end of the season, after rice has been harvested, it's gone. So this is going to be the whole part of the course where we talk about how to interpret these Pulsar images. But there are no clouds here. And remember, Pulsar comes every 14 days. So if things are timed properly and arranged properly, you can have an image every 14 days. Whereas for Landsat, you're going through very large periods here where you have gaps. Now, you look at this and you might think, well, that's not too cloudy. But actually, let's look at the area we focused on for the spatial resolution. Remember, we had this this area that had a river cutting through it, right? And then we had I called it the blob, the city right here, right? Where it was sort of even visible at 500 meter spatial resolution. Okay, this is June 2nd, June 18th, July 4th, the 20th. So the 20th, this part is clear, but you've got a very strong cloud here. And then the other problem is shadows from clouds. You can still sort of see through part of that. And if you really want, you can try to work with these images, but they're much darker, the shadow portions. Okay, now here, let's just focus on, like, let's say this area right here. On August 5th, it's under a cloud. August 21st, it's under a cloud. And then on September 6th, it's partially under a cloud. And on the 22nd, okay, we got a clear view of it. On October 8th, it's partially under a cloud. And on the 24th, it's clear. So this is really the fundamental issue. If you want to see at 2-week intervals or so through an important growing season when, by definition, there are a lot of clouds, it's the rainy season, you need to have a sensor that can see through those clouds. And that's where we turn our attention next, to SAR in general, and then to PAL-SAR 2.